All right, so we're supposed to determine whether these triangles are similar. And the way that we can do it, if we're given all the sides, is using the side similarity, which says that all the corresponding sides will have the same ratio, right? They'll all be proportional. So we could see that AB and DE are the corresponding sides. So we'll do 10 over 15 is equal to 8 over 12 is equal to 6 over 9. And if both of those ratios hold, if they're true, then we'll say that the triangles are similar. And when we cross multiply, when we multiply the extremes and the means, we get 120 is equal to 120 and 72 is equal to 72. So yes, they are similar. So we can write our similarity statement. Over here, we're doing the same thing. Over here, we have two sides, and we have an angle because the angle TWZ and XWY are vertical angles, and so they're congruent. So we have this here, right? The angle side angle side similarity. And so if if one angle is congruent, and then we could say that the two sides of the angle have the same ratio, right? If the triangle is similar. And so we set the 11 over 22 is equal to 10 over 20. And and that's not true. Right? So not similar. And over here we have, again, two sides and an angle, so we can do the same thing. And down here, it's a little bit tricky, but we have two parallel lines. We have this transversal here cutting through it, which means that this angle BABE and BCD, these two angles here, are congruent because they're corresponding angles. And this angle A is congruent to itself, right? So we have two angles and what do we have? Do we have two angles? We have angle. Yeah, we have two angles congruent. So then we could say that the two triangles are congruent. Triangle ABE is congruent with triangle ACD. Okay, and so that answer is given here, right? So I didn't write down the answer here. The triangles are similar. And then this one over here, we have, what do we have? So I'm not sure if we're trying to figure out whether they're similar. No, I think we're given that they're similar, and we're trying to find out the value of x, right? So these two are the corresponding sides, and these two here are corresponding sides. So since the two triangles are similar, we could say 8 over 10 is equal to this side over that side. And then we cross multiply and figure out what x is. But we're trying to find WR and RT, so we need to plug x back into this expression to find WR, and 2 into this expression here to find RT, and we find them over here. Alright, so we have a couple more problems. Here we have two angles congruent in the triangle TSTL and RTU. And so since we have two angles congruent, we could say that the triangles are congruent. That they are similar. This one here, we also have two angles, so we can say they're similar. This one we have side and the included angle. And so we can say that the two corresponding sides have the same proportions, right? So we have 4 over 8 is equal to 9 over 18. And then that's true. So the two triangles are similar. This one we have all the sides. And so we're checking all the sides, right? We're checking these two. 32 over 20 is equal to 24 over 15. Or no, we did 40 over 25. And that's true. And so we could say that the two triangles are similar. So this one over here, we're doing some more of this similarity work, right? Over here we have two angles congruent in the two triangles, so we could automatically go to the triangles congruent. This one over here, it's a little bit tricky, but we have the symbols on the figure. So this side is 26, and this side, this little line segment here, HI, is 13 because they're congruent. And so if we have that, then we have the length of GI, and we have the length of GU. And so we can write some similarity statements, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to start with the fact that the two triangles are similar. Can we? Yeah, I think we need to assume that they're similar. And then if we assume they're similar, we can write this proportion and solve for x. Right? Again, we'll assume that the triangles are similar, and because of that, we can write the proportion and solve for x. And here we're going to assume they're similar and write the proportion, solve for x. Over here, we have a situation where the two triangles that are created, if you don't see the triangle, we have this post with the sun shadow and this little post with the shadow, and there are triangles that are created like that, right? The two triangles are similar because this sunlight that's coming down to cast the shadow is coming at the same angle, and the sticks are straight up, so that means this angle is congruent to this angle, and that also means that this angle to the ground is the same as well. They're also congruent. So since we have two angles, we can say that the two triangles are congruent. And because the two triangles are congruent, we can create our proportion and solve for x, right? And so we find it here.